Fairfield? Were you there all along? This is Fairfield 2.0, and you're watching another Madcap episode of Fairfield 2.0.
Yay!
Yay! A show about you, and you,
Woo!
and them, and him, and
Yay.
him, and him. Let's do this. I'm Mike Ragogna.
Yay!
Oh, thank you. I will introduce everybody, and then they've got a minute to tell us all about their lives, everything in their life in that 1 minute.
Done.
Okay, at the end over here we have a singer-songwriter, Keith DeBar, and also I want to introduce him not as just a singer-songwriter, but also the MC and presenter of All Things Creative on the open mic at Cafe Paradiso on Wednesday nights at, when does it start? I'm always kind of confused on the starting time.
Starts at 8 o'clock. Artists sign up at 7:45.
Okay, so come on Fairfield, get out there, sign up, get on the
we'd love to
show.
have you.
All right,
Come on down. Wednesday nights.
cool.
Cafe Paradiso.
And we also have, again, a repeat offender, as we like to say, George Foster, bassist,
Definitely a repeat offender.
artist extraordinaire, another artist extraordinaire.
I'm liking that. Yay.
And also Rustin Lippincott, artist extraordinaire, although he doesn't know it yet. We're going to bring that out from him in the show. He's going to be singing and dancing later. You'll be loving that.
Ready or not?
Ready or not. Rustin runs the, he's the head of FACC, and we'll have him describe what the facility, of course, the Sondheim and all the associated things with the Sondheim. It isn't just running the Sondheim. It's running the cultural center part of it. It's running the Visitors Bureau. I mean, for lack of a better way of putting that. So let's actually start over here. Rustin Lippincott. I've been trying to get you on the show for a while. Look how dapper he is. I need to dress like this.
Check it out.
This is putting me to shame here. But Rustin, you are the professional over there. You really you run the ship. So when you go into, I guess basically what, let's educate everybody right from the beginning. The Sondheim. What is the origin of the Sondheim and your relation to it through the years?
Well, thanks, Mike. Well, I came to Fairfield in 2007 to be in charge of the travel and tourism with the Visitors Bureau.
Right.
And shortly after, about October of 2007, we moved our offices into the newly opened Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. So we were responsible for the travel and tourism, promoting all things Fairfield, to attract visitors to Fairfield. Yeah. And then fast forward to about February 2009, Fairfield Arts and Convention Center had experienced some changes. Next thing I know, they've asked me to be the interim director of the convention center and the theater, and I said, "Let's roll with it."
Nice.
And it was at a time where the convention center was down on its luck financially. The perception of the community, had waned a little bit. The excitement of opening it, and it took its freshman lumps, I guess you'd call it. A lot of factors were involved, and I came in, and my main goal was to put together programming, to put together activities that everyone in the community of Fairfield and the visitors would see something and feel part of the center. Right. From the programming, from involving our local musicians, we really...
Who seem to be on that stage every other week. I mean,
and
it's
I
like
think
a real home for everybody.
I think that was, I had a couple goals. One was to give the musicians and our artist community across the board an opportunity to be a star on the Sondheim stage. I mean, millions of dollars went into building it. Millions of dollars was raised locally from our friends and our neighbors. So it only seemed fitting for that to be a central part of who the convention center is and was and will be in the future. And then also, as far as the programming, to really develop a variety of programming. So, I mean, I always thought we need to be as diverse as the markets we serve, and we have an agricultural community. It is Southeast Iowa, so we have that part of the market. We have the university market. We have the artistic market, and that was really my goal as we put out our first season back in 2009 was to truly find something that whatever your tastes were, that you would look at our programming and say, you know what, that's for me.
Nice.
And that's really how it started in 2009, and then as we look, today as we prepare for our season that starts in September, I mean, we've got 27 performances, and if there's not something for you,
Right.
you're not trying very hard.
Now, wait
you
a
don't
minute.
want to be entertained.
Yeah. 27 performances, 27 times 2 is? So you've got more than the half a year already booked, a little more than half the year booked up already. How do you keep a venue like that? How do you keep people constantly coming in? Well, I mean, the blunt question is spending money all the time. And a lot of these are basically family and budget friendly tickets. I know that. I've seen the prices. And some of them have to be more expensive, obviously, because of the heft of the acts that you're bringing in. How do you balance that all out? Are you looking at it from that perspective, like what is affordable, what's not affordable?
Most definitely. I'm trying to get the biggest bang for the buck,
Right.
and have a variety of performances, and still have that opportunity where we can have the local dance performances. We can have
Right.
our Saturday night at the Sondheim series. We can
Right.
have our series that it really highlights our local artists. I mean, I feel that our local musicians are just as important, just as good as some of our national acts. And as far as our national touring acts, we follow a schedule where it starts in September and goes through May of the following year, and then our summer is really dedicated to Way Off Broadway's musical theater
There you
program.
go.
So,
Right.
I look at everything having its piece in the puzzle. And then that puzzle, from the marketing angle, I really work on not only telling everyone in Jefferson County of what we do, but now that our awareness is growing.
Yeah.
About 33%, about 1/3 of our ticket patrons are coming from outside of the 52556 zip code.
A third.
So that means
That's
that
great.
our penetration rate is really is really starting to happen, and we're
Nice.
doing it all on a low budget.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main tasks that I have is to go out, form those relationships with those agents that represent the comedians, the national touring musicals,
Yeah.
and forge the relationships with them, and basically do everything I can to get really expensive musicals
Yeah, yeah.
at a price that we can afford, so we can pass on that cost
Got it.
and have a low ticket price.
Got it. And also you get a little subsidy here and there. For instance, everybody's Thursdays with the WOB, where the ticket price is 18 versus 28 and things like that. I'm interested in how your excuse me, the budget for this. When you're budgeting a year, now you have a certain amount of money that you're working with to start with, of course, or whatever the figure that you are projecting. But from each of the venues, you have to have a worst and a best case scenario, don't you, in order to carry that profit over into, I guess where I'm going with this is, let's say, the 27 acts that you already booked. How are you looking at that as far as the revenue that's coming from that? Is it like, how far off can you go from the projections of how much the tickets are going to sell? Because that's got to play into this too. And I don't mean how far off. I mean more like, how do you view the budget? Is it mainly projecting what the shows are going to be doing? In addition, maybe, to whatever the budget is, an overall budget for the year. Is that what goes into this?
Yes. As far as our revenues, we have our ticket revenue.
Right.
We have meeting and event revenue. I mean, we've got meeting rooms on the other side of the facility.
Right.
We have wedding receptions. We have business meetings. We have any type of reception. In fact, today we have a remembrance ceremony as a type of a funeral. So I mean, we have conference room, we have meeting rooms, we have an event center. So we have that rental revenue from there. We also have food and beverage rental.
Right.
So whether it be our catering partners bring in food for a reception, or we provide light snacks and beverages. So that's a considerable amount of revenue. And then we also have our sponsorship revenue, which is how I can go out and justify spending the money that we're getting some of these national acts. For example,
Right.
the Titanic National Touring Musical.
Okay.
So those are the revenue points, and then also we rely on donations and support from our supporters and from our friends. So that's really everything that makes up our revenue pie.
Is there a certain budget that is approved? Now, I'm asking this really out of ignorance. I don't know this. Is there a certain budget that's approved by the council, the city council, that also gives you a certain amount to work with per year?
No.
Okay.
The city council
I was
does
just
not
curious.
approve our budget, but they also don't give us money to work with each year.
It's totally independent.
It's totally independent. The convention center is operated by a nonprofit, a private 501c3 nonprofit board of directors. Where the city comes in is back in May of 2010. We recognized that we had basically a mortgage on the facility. It was a $4 million loan. You could call it a mortgage because that's basically to continue to complete the building of the facility. We had to get a $4 million loan.
Right.
And we basically couldn't pay that loan back. So we created a public-private partnership where we raised money privately. We went to the city voters and said, if we can raise $2 million, we can pay off the loan and the city would own the facility.
Nice.
So the community voted in favor, overwhelmingly in favor, to approve that.
I remember that vote.
That vote.
Yeah.
And so the city actually owns the facility.
Okay, so
But the
that's-
private board of
that's the reason for
directors
my question,
is
yeah.
what operates it. So we do not get
I see.
operating money. We do not get money to cover salaries.
Right.
I mean, all of that needs to come through our ticket revenue, our rental revenue, our food and beverage rental revenue,
Right.
our sponsorship revenue, and our donation revenue.
Nice. And you guys are doing well. I mean, the word on the street is everything is really smooth right
You know, I'd have to say I'm very pleased at where we've come in the last 4 years. But there's always going to be that element needed for community support. That's why we're doing these fundraising events. That's why we lean on our artist communities of the Fairfield Musicians Club, and those organizations that really are donating not only money but also their time and talent.
Right.
So it's a community effort, and that's where we're really putting a focus on. That's our sponsorships, for example. We've raised almost $100,000 as sponsors for our artist series,
Wow.
which is unprecedented. When I started 4 or 5 years ago, it was $10,000. So I mean, we've come a long ways. We'll always need to rely on our community for support, given the model that we have.
Given the model that we have. And what's interesting is, a show like this, Fairfield 2.0, is part of the Fairfield Media Center, which is a community-based, and also funded by the city council. It is funded by the city. You're on the board here too, right?
I am.
You are. Just for revealing all that is true. But also, we have Crew. We have Solar Powered Crew FM, which is at 100.1 in your FM dial, whatever that is. No, it's also part of the community, but it's private. I mean, it's basically running on oxygen at many times of the year. Lisco pulls the plug every once in a while. This is nothing, no tails out of turn here. But it's like, the budgets can be really frightening to keep some of the community facilities going when they're not as high, maybe when they're not as high profile. But my point where I'm going with this is that it does seem like the community spirit has gotten so much better since I've been here. I mean, the two years that I've been here. For instance, we had remember the program that was. If you did community service, if you helped out in the community in some way, doing community service, of course, meaning something else. But if you do help out in the community, you have these like
The hometown
redeemable
rewards.
Hometown rewards was a wonderful program. So it seems like, and also the tree planting that happened recently, the focus on renewable energy lately, the whole sustainability, the growth of the identity of Fairfield being associated more with sustainability. This is a community that's really taking off. It doesn't seem like it when you're living in the midst of it. But even the artists that I have like phone in for the interviews for the Huffington Post, when they're calling in, they talk about, they go, and where are you? And I'll tell them about it. And like Jason Mraz and folks like that will go, you're now on my radar. I mean, Fairfield is growing as an entity, and again, we don't see it. But I think part of the reason why is because of the energy that comes from this town. It's a community. It really is a community. You can't help running into everybody 10 times a day to prove that point. But it's a beautiful. You get the new Hy-Vee. You got the larger Walmart, the larger Pizza Hut. I mean, it's just growing and growing, and it'll be interesting to see. Let me ask you that question. What do you think is going to happen? Where are we heading? Where are we heading 5 years from now? What's your prediction? In the 2 years that we've seen the growth of this town, it's been immense.
Let's as
Where are we going, George?
Where are we going?
Where the heck are we going?
Okay, so here's where I gotta stop talking.
Maybe Rustin could say where he sees the facility being in 2 years, or where he'd like it to be.
from a financial perspective, I'd like to see a little stronger financial foundation. It's very difficult when you're looking to raise from your friends and neighbors and strangers alike 25% of your budget, which is nearly $300,000. I think we're going to need to ask some very difficult questions. What is it that we want this facility to be? And if what we want it to be, how are we going to basically, at the end of the day, pay for it?
Well, there's also the tourism part. Let's get into that.
Sure.
I mean, that's an element of this too.
It is, and I think with the addition of American and the strong tentacles of the Art Walk as it continues to draw more people in, and the shows that we're doing that draws 33% of the people that are coming are from out of town. The formula's there to see a growth in our local option sales tax, to see our growth in our hotel motel tax. I'd love to say that I think down the road that the requirement of our supporters will decrease. But I think that I can't commit and say that because
Is this just I'm just asking for opinion.
I'd love to say that. I'd like to see the city more involved with the center. I mean, I know that's a tough concept because they own the facility.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why there's no facility like the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center that is not public supported in some fashion, being city, county, some are attached to higher education, Hanshaw Auditorium, Gallic Blue Dorn in Cedar Falls. There's a reason why the model's not like it is in Fairfield. And it's because it's a very difficult model.
Yeah. On the other hand, we traditionally the arts are supported by benefactors. You have donors that are that it's in their interest and in their personal that they want to help the arts, and the Arts Center is one of the obvious places you would stop in trying to promote the musicals you bring in. All of the shows that do happen here, and it's good for not only good for business, but it's good for the spirit of the town to know that facility is happening. I go like this because it literally is Dennis.
I really treasure the cultural opportunities that center involves. Just the other day we had a choir from Namibia and Africa.
I met them in the street. They were fine gentlemen. It was really cool because I was surprised. I was shocked at an act like that coming into town, and I'll bet they went over really, really well.
It did. We had over 400 people in attendance.
Nice.
So,
it's the variety too.
It's the variety, and when you're in such an eclectic area, you have to have a sense of variety because you need everyone. You need the cross section of the area to support what you're doing, and the best way I feel is to get that support is to truly try to identify what it is that they want and give it to them.
Yeah, nice. All right. So, of the 27 acts that you have booked so far, can you give us a little foreshadowing?
You bet.
Oh, look, you just happened to have
check it out.
Look at that.
So I'll go through the whole season. The first kicks off on September 15th. It's a show called Claddagh, which is an explosion of Celtic dance and passion. This is a world premiere show ever. This will be the first performance that they will have given. It's from the producers of Rhythm of the Dance. It's producers of what's the other one? Celtic Knights. So those producers put together a new show, and it's going to be great.
Tim Britton is going to hate this, isn't he?
Yeah.
Don't even tell him about it.
Don't tell him.
And then we bring a group, Washington, D.C.'s funniest political satirists, the Capitol Steps. With this being the election year, they said in their promotional material is it's the only thing in Washington to earn bipartisan support, and it's guaranteed to bring down the House and the Senate. So also coming in September is the country singer Pam Tillis. She's the daughter of Mel Tillis.
Yes.
She has had numerous hits of her own.
Went on a double date with her, actually.
Wow.
her friend in Nashville, when we were in Nashville back in the 80s. She had the hots for, did I say that out loud? For my musical partner, Steve Mosto. And I was with, I don't remember her name, but her girlfriend. And Pam was really, really sweet. And actually, my mentor Tommy West worked under Mel Tillis for a little bit and got introduced to Ed Bruce. I don't know if you know who Ed Bruce is. Big country singer, had a lot of hits and was on the show Maverick. But anyway, continue. I started name dropping here, but cool. Pam was wonderful. I love her.
And then in October we have Titanic, the musical, and this is in celebration of the 100th anniversary of the tragic ship going down. But it's the winner of 5 Tony Awards. They're on a national tour. It'll be a cast of 50 to 60 people. Probably be one of the bigger shows that we've had at the Sondheim.
Nice.
Alfred Hitchcock's The 39 Steps, which is...
So you're going to project the movie? No.
No.
Something not like that.
The 39 Steps, which is Broadway's longest-running comedy thriller. Masters of Motown, which celebrates the iconic 1960s Motown greats.
And that's not us putting that on. You're bringing that up.
No, that's a national tour. Cool. This is the next one, Nunset Boulevard. It's the Nunset's Hollywood Bowl Show, and it's the next installment of the Nunsense franchise. But what makes this one pretty cool is Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, nice.
She is the star of the show. Another one coming in November is Sandy Hackett's Rat Pack Show. This is, Sandy Hackett is Buddy Hackett's son. He's put together this show. It's one of the hottest shows in Las Vegas. They go on tour for 3 months out of the year, and we're excited to have that one as well. And then in December, comedian Tom Arnold. We all know Tom Arnold was married to Roseanne. He had his own sports show. He's from Ottumwa, so it makes sense to have him come back. I'm excited about that one as well. Moscow Boys Choir from Russia. It's
you should have a face-off between them and the Namibia.
Yeah, it's Moscow. It's Russia's most prestigious choir. These boys have to work very hard at getting in the choir, so it'll be a great performance.
What will the defections factor be in this? How many are going to be living in Fairfield after this?
They just like it and stay here.
Exactly. The whole choir. Get ready to set up some...
we go to the table in Cafe Paradiso. Yes, I live here. No, I don't want to get on the bus.
No! Miracle on 34th Street, the musical. And this is a unique show. The fact of how we got it. We mentioned earlier that I talked about creating those relationships with the agents. This show is playing in two Iowa communities 2 days before that's coming to Fairfield, and they paid between $20,000 and $30,000 for this performance. And I can tell you that we are paying less than $10,000 for the performance. So this is
you are the supreme negotiator.
That's bang for the buck, yeah.
Well, it's all, if you know the business, it's all routing, and we only have 500 seats, so I've worked with some of these agents for 3 or 4 years now. Yeah. The performers like to perform in Fairfield. As you guys know, performing on the stage, we have a very receptive audience. Yep. People come out. You're a big deal when you come to Fairfield.
Yeah.
In January, we kick off 2013 with another country singer, John Anderson.
The lead singer of Yes. And also the lead singer of Yes. No, that's
No.
the other John Anderson.
He's had 5 #1 hits. He's had 30 songs on the top 40 charts. Straight Tequila Night, Swingin'.
We like our country acts here, don't we?
The country acts do well.
Yeah.
Dallas Brass, one of America's most foremost musical ensembles. I believe they've played here maybe 10, 12 years ago with the Concert Association, and we brought them back. Yeah. One Night with the King, which was a tribute to Elvis.
Yeah. Will that be our first Elvis adventure here?
It will be.
Yeah. we were bound to have one. Here we go.
Yeah. We're taking auditions for that now.
The person that plays Elvis, he was named as the ultimate Elvis tribute by Elvis Presley Enterprises. So
wow,
he's good. He's legit. Then we have an illusionist coming in February. We've had a lot of luck with illusion shows. We've done 2 or 3 of them. We've sold out the house each performance. So keep going with what's successful. Tycho Project. This is one that I found. It's not like anything we've ever had here. It's a group of heart-pounding energy percussionists. There's 6 of them. Nice. They've performed at the 2011 Grammy Awards, NBC's The Voice. They performed at the Academy Awards. So that's another legit performer, and that's part of what I feel my obligation is to continue to bring new art forms
Nice.
to culture, to bring new culture to Fairfield and to Southeast Iowa.
You realize that's going to end up being 7 that night because David Hurlin is going to be jumping on stage. You know this. Just be prepared.
He likes his drumming. Then we have a kids show, and we've done this the last couple of years. How I Became a Pirate. It's based on the best-selling children's author,
Right.
and we'll have our school children from Fairfield Community Schools from MSAE. They'll come and do a morning show.
Nice.
Just for the kids, and then we'll have an evening show. And we price our tickets to be affordable for kids and for families. So no matter what show it is, if you're 18 or under, it's only $12. So
Oh,
it's
okay. See, we can't actually mention ticket prices on Solar Powered Crew FM, but you can mention them here. So.
Then we've got a group of fiddlers, the Hunt family coming, the new Shanghai Circus, which again we've done this a variety of these types of shows. Again, it's been big sellouts. So again, Dance with Who Brought You.
Look what's coming up. Love that.
The Artie Shaw Orchestra, which they call themselves the King of Swing.
I love big band. That's one of my favorite
Big
things.
band. We've had 2 sold out shows of Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Yeah.
So I thought again, let's keep the vibe going.
There was something about these shows.
Mind-boggling variety show, which is our all seats $12 show. It's truly our family friendly. It's a little ventriloquism, a little comedy, national juggling champion. Mark your calendars for that if you've got young kids.
And look what's this is.
The Marvelous Wonderettes take
Uh-huh.
you back to 1958 at Springville High School. It's their prom. It's a musical based on all the songs of the 50s.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
A comedy.
It's comedy, yeah,
Okay.
correct,
Oh,
yes. Then Just Imagine, a tribute to John Lennon. A guy by the name of Tim Piper has done this show. And it was interesting to see, it's Fairfield, and when he sent me his promotional materials, it's an audio-visual, with multimedia on the screen, and a lot of the photos that he has have Maharshi Mahesh Yogi in it because of the Beatle influence there. So when I saw that, I thought, man, I gotta have this show. So we
Now,
gotta
was
do
he
it.
pitching you when he showed you these particular?
No, when the agent doesn't know anything about Fairfield.
That one's a comedy too, right?
Yeah. So mark your calendars for that one, April.
He would have wanted it
April
to be a
20th.
Yeah, he would have.
Take Me Home, the music of John Denver.
Okay.
We've had some success with our tribute acts. So again, let's keep it going. Another show that I've been trying to do for probably 4 or 5 years is the Southeast Iowa Symphony Orchestra. They've got a home in Ottumwa, they've got a home in Mount Pleasant and Burlington, and I thought, we've got, if not as nice, maybe even better theater. So let's create that partnership. So we've partnered with the Concert Association to bring the symphony orchestra. They're going to do a Pops concert, Mayflower and Romance in May. So, and we wrap up our 27 shows with
Drum roll.
Piano Men, a musical journey through the 1970s, saluting Elton John and Billy Joel.
Oh, nice.
You know that
Piano
they saluted themselves. They went on tour together, which was kind of
Really?
interesting. Okay.
Hold on, I skipped over one.
Oh,
One, which
Drum roll.
drum
Oh,
roll.
there's one more.
There's on e-television. There's a comedian named Chelsea Handler that has a show called Chelsea Lately. It's one of the hottest shows for the 20 to 40-year-old market.
Right.
There's 1 week out of the year that the comedians go on tour. Wow. They're coming in October. It's the Comedians of Chelsea Lately featuring Chewy, and Chewy's a little person that's just Chelsea's sidekick. So he'll be emceeing the show and throwing some jokes in. But we'll have 2 comedians from the show. So if you look at everything that we've talked about today, I mean, we truly cover. It's very eclectic.
It is really
It's
across
Great lineup.
everything.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
Very nice.
And then, of course, we've got our Way Off Broadway musical theater company still
Right.
performing. We're working on getting some of our local musicians to do
Shows.
more concerts. I know you and I have been talking about that. So I'm excited that the next 12 to 18 months will continue to facilitate an opportunity for people to come together and music and comedy and drama, but also people come from all over. This is kind of the cultural hub of Southeast Iowa.
That's a good point. That's really, really sweet. Russ, I have to applaud that. I mean, this was like a
Yeah.
run of...
Sitting ovation.
yeah, really. Rustin, thank you for bringing all that knowledge to Fairfield 2.0, but to everybody's attention, because I think sometimes without a focus on, to really go over what's going on in a personal kind of way, people are getting pamphlets and they're getting
Sure.
whatever. It's a little less personal.
You know, and this is obviously our flagship programming,
Yeah.
but also, I mean, we've increased our wedding receptions by over 300%
Right.
of what we've done. I mean, the longer we're at this, the more people are looking to the convention center for, a variety of things.
And speaking of that, I didn't see my personal favorite on there,
What's that?
cage wrestling.
We've done mixed martial arts.
I know.
It's coming again back in September, and it'll be back in December. But I mean, the wedding reception business is just through the roof. Our
Yeah.
meetings business,
Yeah.
we have a great relationship with Great Prairie Area Education Association, which has all of their meetings of their various counties at the convention center. So I mean, we're lean in staff. We've got 5 full-time people and a handful of part-time. But just last year, we had over 800 and some events.
Nice.
So
Man,
you
wow.
figure that in 365 days, what's a busy place.
It's a busy place.
So
Congratulations.
check us out. Thank you.
Yeah.
But go to the web at fairfieldacc.com.
Right.
And you can see all of the shows that we have. You can see how to book a room. You can see photos of previous events. And video of our performances. I mean, I truly think it's a great website to show you how that center can be there for you, and you can call something your own there.
Can be maximized.
You bet.
All right. We have really run low on time now.
It's
And I
fine.
think
That was really enjoyable,
I
really
think
great.
really-
I think it's really good for the viewers to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah.
This
that's
was
the
really good
theme
for me.
today. It's a
Yeah.
good
To
theme.
get the big picture
Well, I hope I
of
have.
the convention
Are
center.
they still going to be able to
and
play?
what's
No,
going
we're
on
gonna
there? Oh
do
yeah, we got plenty of time.
We'll
let's
just
do this. Let's
plug that at
actually
the end.
let's do this. Let's get to the music now. We've had a lot of conversation about the Sondheim. The intention was to get into more of you guys in a biographical way,
Yeah.
which means we'll have to have you back. But I absolutely
I'm
want
sorry,
to have
guys.
No,
That was
no,
not
no,
you.
this
It
was
was
great.
excellent.
I
This
loved
was
it.
excellent. No,
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 they're-
we're
these
not
guys,
mad.
We'll be.
was
Yeah, these
perfect.
guys will be back.
We'll just
These will be back
remember.
tomorrow.
Just remember.
Just remember. I want to. But I want to thank all of you for being on the show. Let's do the ending sort of now, but don't go away, Fairfield, because we have some performances by Keith DeBoer and also Mr. George Foster, who'll be backing him up on bass. And we're going to have these cats back because we still haven't done a proper biography on you, sir. And we know nothing about you. One thing I will throw out is with Keith, he does, as I said earlier, he books the acts for
Open mic.
for the open mic nights, Wednesday nights over at Cafe P.
Right.
Also, he has a heavy hand in the art walk now, as far as the
I'm on the events committee at Art
Yeah.
Walk, and
Yeah.
it's enjoyable. Nice volunteer job. I work with Mark Soth
Yeah.
and Danya, who's the director.
So this will be the musical segment. So hang in there, and thank you again, Fairfield, for watching another exciting episode of Fairfield 2.0. And you're all invited back. Absolutely, you need to come back because it's like we still could have gone on and on. So
Yeah.
please, all of you, come back again.
Thank you.
All right, now for the music, but hang in there.
Hi, I'm Keith DeBoer, and this is George Foster. And we're going to play some music for you. This first song's called When Love Fades Away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's a place on your face that I still haven't kissed, and a tear on your cheek that my lips have missed, and there's a dream in your heart, an island at sea, in the arms of a man that I'll never be, because life can change and melt into gray when love fades away. Well, there's clouds in your mind and raindrops in your eyes. They're like leaves on a tree, will fall down and dry, because life can change, melt into gray when love fades away. We'll fly over the ocean and let my love set you free, and follow your rainbow and forget about me. 'Cause there's a song in your soul that refuses to die, and like a swan on a lake is eager to fly, because life can change and melt into gray when love fades away. Well, there's a place on your face that I still haven't kissed, and a tear on your cheek that I will miss. All right, this next song's called End of the Day. On the day I picked you flowers, well, you took off your summer dress, and we lay beneath the willow, head upon my chest. We spoke to me in silence as the blue sky turned to gray, and I walked you home at the end of the day. Beauty in the mountain, and you were beautiful, divine. Your skin a bed of roses, and lips that taste like wine. And though I never told you, I was lost inside your sway, but I said goodbye at the end of the day. 'Cause a young man knows that holding close means holding down. And out here on the trail, there's no one around. But there's peace inside of yearning, and 3 words that change your life. And I sleep next to my choices, with the forest as my wife. And I dream about what might have been if I changed my mind and stayed. Oh, I think of you at the end of the day. I still think of you at the end of the day. This next song is called Hello Gorgeous. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, gorgeous, what's your name? What's your number? And what's your game? Will I ever have the chance to dance with you? Does your mama wear tight jeans? Does your papa look tall and lean? Does your sister wish she looked more like you? And why can't I live without you? And why do I even care? And why do I feel so damn lonely when I see you standing over there? Oh, hello, gorgeous, what's your name? What's your number? You're driving me insane. Like a werewolf, I am howling at the moon. After midnight, oh, I'll be gone, but I'm leaving you with this song to remind you of the man who fell for you. And why can't I live without you? And why do I even care? And why do I feel so lonely when I see you dancing over there? Oh, hello, gorgeous. Oh, she says to me, why are you looking answer, and she says, come on. You know the kids want us to come home. All right, this next song is called Guilty. It goes like this. My mama told me it's okay to pursue, but don't commit to more than you can do. Well, don't fill your plate up with more than you can chew. My daddy told me, don't listen to your mom. Grab anything you can lay your hands upon. Meet all the ladies and become the king of con. But don't be guilty of falling in love. Don't be guilty. Don't say you've had enough. Those crimes of passion, like O.J. Simpson's glove. Don't be guilty, guilty of falling. I met a girl, she was flirting with my friend. She turned her back on me, showed me her rear end. Well, that is a female ploy a man cannot defend. She said, you're not my type, so please leave me alone. And I said, but we're two alike, we both have cell phones. She got in her car and I followed her home. 'Cause I'm guilty of falling in love. I'm so guilty. I can't say I've had enough. Those crimes of passion, like O.J. Simpson's glove. Don't be guilty, guilty of falling. Well, I broke the law and I saw the judge, and he was divorced, he held a grudge. He said, we'll lock you up and throw away the key. So tell me, son, how do you plead? Oh, and I said, I'm guilty. Falling in love, I'm so guilty. Can't say I've had enough. 'Cause crimes of passion, like O.J. Simpson's glove. I'm so guilty, guilty of falling. My lawyer got me out on $1,000 bail. He said to ride the rap, stay away from tail. 'Cause repeat offenders will find themselves in jail. 'Cause they're all guilty of falling in love. They're all so guilty. Can't say they've had enough. 'Cause crimes of passion, like O.J. Simpson's glove. You know we're all guilty, guilty of falling. Falling in love. I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love. Falling in love. I'm guilty of love. this next song is called The Love Inside You. Well, I'm the wind on the sea, and I'm the earth beneath you, and I'm sitting here on a star, and I'm flying down just to meet you, because I am the moon, and the rhyme in this tune. Oh, I'm the love that's inside of you. And candle flame in the dark, the light of life to guide you, and angel wings just behind, always there beside you, because I am the moon, and the rhymes in this tune. Yes, I'm the love that's inside of you. And I'm the arms that hold you when you're sleeping. And I'm the dawn that greets you when you open your eyes. Oh, morning light fills the sky and goes on forever. And I'm waiting here in your heart. We're all alone together, because I am the moon, and the rhyme is tune. Yes, I'm the love that's inside of you. Oh, I am the love. Yes, I am the love. Oh, I am the love that's inside of you. La da, la da, la da, la love is everywhere. Oh, la da.